This is Minecraft Hardcore, the hardest difficulty of the game, where one wrong move ends it all. This is the dragon fight, the end of the game, the final boss. It's dangerous, difficult, tedious, and requires a good amount of skill. This is me, a player who does not have that skill. But what I lack in experience, I make up for today in preparation by creating a wool farm for beds as they explode in the end, creating a potion brewery to increase my health, strength, and safety, and even raiding a woodland mansion for totems of undying. Also, if you want to like or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. It's free, super quick, it shows me that you guys want this series to continue, and you can always change your mind. So the first thing that I want to do today is trade with some of my villagers so that I can have enough emeralds to buy the Woodland Explorer map, and then later I can go and get totems so that I'm a little bit safer during the dragon fight next episode, which is what I'm preparing for today. But a little bit before that, I think that one of the things I'm going to need to do is collect up some gold so that when I go to the nether, I can trade with piglins for fire resistance potions, and then I can be a little bit safer in fighting the blazes for when I'm making my potion farm. And right here, I've already unlocked the Woodland Explorer map. To make my life a little bit easier, I think I'm going to dip into some of the gold stocks that I have saved up, and I'm going to use some of that to trade. Although I want to keep as much as I possibly can so that when I zombify and then de-zombify my villagers, it's a little bit faster because I need the golden apples. And of course, the fastest way of getting emeralds is cutting down this forest to make sticks and then trade with my Fletchers, so I'm going to do that really quick. I think that's probably enough for now. I might not even use all of the wood that I just collected in trading, as I might use some of it later for the farms that I'm going to build. I then converted all of my wood into sticks and traded with my Fletchers for emeralds. I think I'm going to make one of the villagers that I have in the back with my villager breeder into another Fletcher, because I keep running out of the ability to trade because I keep buying all of their emerald stocks out with just sticks. Now I'm going to head into the nether really quick as I have all of the emerald things set up, and I'm going to collect up some gold and then trade with some piglins, hopefully safely, so that I can get fire res. And of course, as I spawn in, there's already a million ghasts. But I guess that we both missed, which honestly I'm fine with. I don't think I'm gonna have enough gold, so every time I'm gonna collect it, I'm going to box myself in to not anger the piglins, as I really don't want to die. That would be very disappointing. I found the Crimson Forest, and I'm going to take this mushroom, as then if the hoglins try to attack me, at least I have some defense. Those things are scary. I really don't know how long this is going to take. I don't think that it's super uncommon to get fire resistance potions, but I might want more than one just because I'm going to be fighting blazes for quite a while. I mean, that's not a bad trade, but still. So I've ran out of gold, trapped about 4 piglins, and I think I'm going to have to go... Ooh, pearls! That's going to be helpful in going to the end. Although, I think I'm going to have to go collect up some more gold, which is kind of scary because it can be super dangerous, especially in a Crimson Forest. That's about 6 ingots. Maybe this will be enough to trade with them. I already gave them a few, and I turned on captions, if you couldn't tell, so that I could tell if the piglins were angry at me, because then if they are, I will not go near them. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well. Oh my gosh. I didn't mean to shoot him. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. I don't think that they can get me from in here. I really hope that they can't get me from in here. Oh my goodness. That was so scary. I dug myself a tunnel away from the piglins so that they're a little bit farther away and they won't attack me as much, hopefully. Okay, with my captions on, I don't think that any more zombified piglins are mad at me. I've waited enough time that I think they're over the fact that I accidentally hit one of their friends, but I'm just gonna check because I really don't want to be bombarded by a bunch of zombified piglins. Oh my gosh, wait, it only took like 2 or 3 trades with this piglin after spending like an hour in the other forest. Really quick, I'm back in the overworld. As I have the fire resistance potion, I'm just going to buy the Woodland Explorer map really fast to make my life a lot easier so that I'm prepared for the future. And there we go. Now preparing to fight the blazes, which is something I'm kind of not very good at, as I've learned from my failed attempts at speedruns. So I'm going to make another shield just in case my one breaks that I have right now, because it's at pretty low durability. There is a fortress back near a soul sand valley, I believe, is what I found when I first started venturing into the nether. And so I'm going to use that one because the other fortress that I have is right open above a lava lake, and I kind of don't want to get pushed into a lava lake. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, why am I being so reckless? That was almost really bad. I'm going to use my fire resistance potion as I found the fortress. Here we go. Hopefully my effect lasts long enough so that I can actually fight enough of the blazes. I think that I want 10 blaze rods so that it's helping me go to the end as well as make the potion area. I'm also just going to block off right here really quick before he can hit me so that no wither skeletons can come and attack me. I'm not quite sure how many blazes that's been, but that's been enough that I feel like it's kind of annoying and unrealistic that I've gotten no blaze rods so far. Okay, there we go. What the heck? That took so long. I feel like that's not supposed to happen. There we go, that's 10 blaze rods. I'm getting out of here. My effect wore off like 5 minutes ago, and I just had to keep fighting them because I really did not want to have to come back here and make all of those piglin trades again because that took forever. I'm also really quick just going to make this book and quill so that I can write down any important coordinates in the future, as that's probably going to help me, I think. There we go. Another thing, I think I have to go back to the nether because I sort of maybe forgot nether warts when I was in that fortress, which I'm going to need to make a potion brewing area. This time, I'm going to use the closer, wide open nether fortress, as I think that that's just going to be much easier. Being super careful, I really do not want wither skeletons to start to attack me. I think I'm going to try to make the potion brewing area over there on the mountain, like on the side of the base of the mountain. I collected up all of the things that I'm going to need to build this between the trades that I made with some of the piglins in the nether earlier and things that I already had lying around, and I'm just going to start building. I think that this is a good open base. I sort of want it built into the cliffside, so I think that this is going to work. This is the sort of shape that I want. I don't want this place to be too big, and I sort of want it to be like this ominous fortress in the distance, so I think that this is good. I then got to work on making the actual base itself, making a lot of the block palette based in the nether so that it had a dark, ominous theme. I also included a bit of glass fogging in the floors so that it had a darkened, sort of lit up magical effect. I then mapped out the interior using dirt and roses to show where I was going to plant my nether warts and began working on the roof, again still fitting the theme of a dark, ominous fortress. I have a tiny bit to the interior, but I'm going to add a little bit more because I feel like I somewhat cheap out on creating interiors for my builds, and I want to actually work on that with this. The last thing I'm going to need to do is to go to the village near my gunpowder farm to get the cleric's brewing stand, as I don't want to spend an entire blaze rod on making the brewing stand. Oh, I didn't even realize there's a skeleton there. Well, tag, you're it! Dang it! Here we go, that's perfect, and now I can put this back in my potion brewing room. While I'm over here, I realized there's a bunch of bees nests, so I think I'm going to collect up a few and then move them back to my base to make a honey farm. I found a second one and I bred some bees, so I think that there is... Okay. Wait, does the baby not fit? Okay, I'm going to take this bee's nest by itself, and I think that because the other one only has 2, it'll fit. Come on, little buddy, get into the hive. There we go. Just really quick, I'm going to convert this into a makeshift bee farm. And I think that that'll work. And really quick, I'm going to move the Fletcher that I converted into the main hall so that when I zombify them, I can cure them all together. What? I went on my nightly stroll around my property, and all of a sudden, all of my villagers have been ransacked and eaten by zombies. I suppose that I'm gonna have to cure them so that they give me lower trades. I wonder how that possibly could have happened. There we go. I realized that one thing I don't have is enough gold to actually make all the golden apples to cure all of these villagers, so I'm gonna have to go to the nether really quick and get a lot of that. I'm going to fill this up with water, and then I can use it to fill up my bottles and then make a bunch of splash potions of weakness to cure my villagers. There we go. Oh, and we got the achievement. I forgot about that. That's so exciting. Okay, well, I think that it's time to go over there, although the only issue I foresee is that I don't think I have enough apples. Yeah, I don't have enough apples, so I'm going to go to this village and trade for them. It only took 2 villagers in about 30 minutes, and now I can actually trade for my apples because the other one is a zombie. As far as I can tell, I've done this right, and now I can save all of my villagers from the terrible virus that has infected them without me knowing whatsoever or have had made the plan. And so with this and the apples, they will eventually cure, and I can trade with them for lower prices. As they are curing, I'm going to try to figure out where the dark oak forest is. If this is south, this must be north, and the top of the map always points north, which means that I have to go that general direction to get to the dark oak mansion. Oh, they're cured now! Ooh, I wonder which one it is. Ooh, one of my Fletchers. Oh, well, he's only trading for 26 sticks, which is not that much better, but you know what? It's an improvement. I'll take it. I'm not complaining. After waiting a little bit, all of my villagers are now cured, and they're all trading for a lower stick trade, so I'm going to get a bunch of emeralds, and then I can start heading towards the mansion. I'm pretty sure that that's all of the stuff that I'm going to need for this, and now I can actually start making my way towards the Dark Oak Mansion to get my totems of undying. I ventured far and wide across foreign lands, through sunsets, rivers, mountains, and valleys, and giant ravines filled with treasures beyond imagination, and eventually found the Dark Oak Mansion after rounding a corner through an old birch forest growth. Only after going through many, many beautiful biomes that I'm later going to explore. Okay, I think that this is it, which is kind of scary. I'm going to be as careful as humanly possible. There's also a jungle right there, which is going to be super helpful in getting bamboo, but wow. I think that the strategy I'm going to take is to just shoot the evokers that are going to drop the totems from the outside of the mansion, as then they can't attack me as easily. I found one and he's right there. I just need to break this glass and then hopefully I can shoot him from a safe distance, and if he spawns Vex, at least I'll be able to fight them off. Okay, this is it. If he spawns Vex, I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but hopefully that this bow is powerful enough, I can kill him off fast enough that at least he won't spawn a ton. Okay, well first I actually have to hit him. Okay. Oh. That turned out to be way easier than I thought, although I do need to actually get the totem, which might be a problem. Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, ooh, they couldn't even attack me. Oh my gosh, and I have a totem. That's so cool. I found a second evoker on the second floor, and I think I'm going to try to shoot him because he's somewhat isolated as well right here. I just need to get a good angle in, which seems to be kind of an issue from this spot. Oh my gosh. Okay, well I guess I'm gonna have to move for him. He is still completely isolated, and hopefully I can shoot him fast like I did last time. Oh my gosh. Perfect! Actually, that's so much easier than I thought it would be. And, oh my gosh. There's my second totem from dying. I'm done with this. I'm done with this fortress. I'm leaving now. I'm perfectly fine with leaving. I'm gonna sleep before a bunch of mobs spawn in this jungle, and then I can start heading home. Thankfully, this was a very successful trip, I must say. After sleeping off the night, I began to make the long trek home after getting lost for quite a bit of time, and eventually finding the coordinates back to my base and making it home safe and sound. I then tucked my totems into my secret chest in my enchanting room and then decided to get started on the next project. I'm gonna have to collect up a bunch of things, as I'm gonna make a sheep farm near my gunpowder farm so that I can make beds when I go to the end. And with that, I'm pretty sure that's all of the things that I'm going to need to create, and then I can head over to the fields near my gunpowder farm to actually make this. I think slowly over time, I'm going to turn this area into a farming/industrial industry, and so I can actually put all of my stuff here and then AFK and have a bunch of things run really fast. This area seems to be a very good spot. It's flat and it's open, and I'm just going to clear this one block down so that it's all flat grounds, and then I can get started. This was the point that I realized I had created droppers instead of dispensers, which I needed for the farm, and so I had to go all the way back to my base to get all the things that I would need and recraft everything up. Now that the farm itself is built, I need to get all 12 sheep into their little areas. So far, that is 5. I also realized that if I'm going to make all of these sheep different colors, I'm going to have to go find some cactus to actually make the green wool, so I'm going to journey for quite a bit of time until I eventually find it. I once again traveled far and wide until I eventually stumbled upon a badlands, past a giant eroded mountainside, and was able to collect up the cactus that I would need to grow and then smelt into green dye. I then of course made my way back home. There is no more sheep spawning, so I think that I'm going to have to breed them. And there's my green dye, one for green dye and then one for lime dye, which I'm going to make with a bit of white dye, and then I have most of them completed. Because I have 2 rows of 6, I think that I'm going to do it in rainbow order. This is what I have so far, and I think that when I was taking inventory, I didn't take into account that cyan dye existed, so we're probably just not going to have a cyan sheep, and instead we're going to have a black one and a white one, which are the 2 colors that are missing at the moment. I then continued breeding the sheep until I eventually had enough, when I released them and then put them into the different areas that they would need to be staying for this farm to continue to work. And with that, that is the last sheep, which means I just need to dye these guys and the farm itself will be done. Although I am going to create an outside for it. I have all of my dyes here and they are... Okay, well, I have to actually let their fur grow out before I can shear them. While I'm waiting for that, I'm going to cut down some trees so that when I start building the outside of the farm, I have enough resources. And now that the sheep's wool is grown out, I can dye each of them so that I have all of the different rainbow wools in this farm for when I ever build something. And here is the other 6 following a rainbow order. I put wool of each colors behind the sheep so that it's a little bit more organized and I can tell which sheep is which when I'm actually using this farm. And so now I guess it's time for me to actually start building the outside of this. And with that, I think that this is done. I think I did pretty good for not following any sort of reference, and it definitely looks better than if I were to just have left the farm alone and bare in all of its redstone glory, so I think this is good. Just to check, and oh my gosh, yeah, wait, this farm is making so much wool super fast, which is super awesome. Honestly, I'm glad that I did all of these things. It sort of helped me expand my skills in all forms of Minecraft, from building to redstone to resource collection and PvP, and honestly, I think that it's really helped me, and I feel way more prepared for the end than if I were to have just jumped in there really fast. So of course, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.